live. How are we, lads? ProEnzo, Vidz, CJ Moxley. Alright, we're just walking in now. And Dragons and the Bulldogs come back. The atmosphere! The crowd is electric! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Rugby League Breakdown Podcast, episode number 99 for your Wednesday night, August 16, 2023. Hope you guys are all doing well tonight. Obviously, ProEnzo Vidz is not available tonight. He is getting ready for his massive trip over to New Zealand as he is attending the Warriors versus Manly Seagulls game this weekend on Friday night. So he's unavailable tonight due to packing and whatnot. So Lorenzo is ruled out tonight, and we've got Cody Games PlayStation as the special guest tonight. Cody, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm going well, very Nick. Thanks for having me on. I believe this is my second time on the podcast. It should be a very exciting night tonight.
Well, mate, it's good to have you on the show. Appreciate you filling in for ProEnzo, who's obviously getting ready for the New Zealand trip, which is obviously a massive event for him. So all the best to ProEnzo. I hope the trip goes well. And thank you for coming on, Cody. Appreciate it, my friend. Hello to the live chat. The reason why we started a bit earlier than 7 is because in an hour we've got the huge event, the Matildas, the Australia women's team up against the England women's team, and in the soccer, the whole country will be watching it. That's in about an hour, so I kind of want to watch that. So decided to start, 3 or 4 minutes earlier than we were supposed to, but that's good. Hello to the chat. Hello, everyone that's here. We got Aaron Marnie, Jason Reader, SS Storm fan, CJ Moxley, Josh Rabbitohs 2023, Jim the Chooks fan. We've got Will with the salute. Hello, Will. I salute you. Who else we got here? Liam Pritchard. Jason's also noting next week, episode 100. Do not miss. Yes. So just some news on episode 100 of the podcast next Wednesday night. That will be a bit later than usual. So next week's podcast will be around an 8 o'clock time slot. We'll be starting a bit later. We've got Nathan Moore, who's going to be performing a couple of songs as well. So that's next week. Let's get into tonight. Hello to Damien from Newcastle as well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. And hey, Cody, we'll see Damien on Sunday at Newcastle. So how good.
Yeah, I would definitely be seeing him on Sunday. And Damien, good luck with Sunday as well. May the best team win.
Yeah, that would be interesting. All right, well, let's get into the podcast. There are lots of NRL news to get into, and I'm trying to work out where to begin. And you know what? We're going to start with there's so many topics to get into. You know what? We're going to start with the West Tigers stuff. Tim Sheens. Wow. Tim Sheens took over the Tigers, I think it was late last season, and he ended up becoming the coach for this season. And Tim Sheens will be standing down in the final round of the season, and that'll be it for Tim Sheens. And Benji Marshall will take over as the head coach. Cody, what is your opinion on this? Do you think it's too early for Benji? Do you think he's ready to go now? Sheens standing down. What's your take on the whole Tim Sheens situation?
Yeah, this came out as a shock, to be honest. Wasn't expecting Tim Sheens to be stood down. He still had another year left, I believe. And with Marshall, I don't think he's quite ready yet, but I am excited to see how Marshall will go with the Tigers, considering where they've been for the last 2 seasons already.
You know what I don't get about it, Cody? It doesn't make any sense. The Tigers had a plan. They were going to do what? Tim Sheen's coach this season and next season, then Benji take over, and then Benji will have Robbie Farrow, Wade Graham as an assistant coach. They're fast-tracking the plan, which is a massive gamble. I can't remember the last time an NRL player had recently retired and then come into coaching this quick. It's been a while. It's a huge gamble for the Tigers. They're taking a massive risk here. And I suppose the Tigers have to take a risk because they won the wooden spoon last year. They're going to win it again this year unless they win 2 games out of nowhere and the Dragons get beat by 50 or something. But Tigers will most likely win the wooden spoon again this year. Are the Tigers messing with their own plans? Or, like, I don't know, man. Like, do you think the Tigers are just destroying their own plan?
Yeah, I believe they are. I mean, it's kind of crazy. They would what they build on to go with this. They just want to take a huge gamble with it, and look what's happened. It's a big mess.
It's a huge mess. I'm not going to say I'm shocked, but it's a little bit disappointing because Tim Sheen's coming back, and for him to be standing down already, it's a circus. It's weird. Now, I know some people are going to say, oh, this is the best thing ever. Benji Marshall coming in right now is a great decision, and he'll change the club, but you can't possibly tell me Benji's ready to coach full-time, week to week, back to back, NRL, every single week. You can't tell me Benji's ready right now. There's no way. There's no way. He's only had, a year of assistant coaching? Come on. You had guys like Craig Fitzgibbon, who did a 5 to 10 year period as an assistant coach. Jason Riles is another one, still an assistant coach. Serraldo was an assistant coach for a long time. Now he's a full-time coach. There's so many guys. Kevin Walters was an assistant coach at Melbourne for a long time. Brad Arthur was at Melbourne for a few years. Now they're head coaches. I don't think being an assistant coach for about a year and a half is going to be enough work and then go off and be a head coach. It's not enough time for me. You're basically making someone who's doing a 3-year apprenticeship. Oh yeah, if you do 1 year, then we can fast track you into it now. It's like, no, that's not how it should be going. That's not how it works. The Tigers are taking a really big risk here. And to be honest, Cody, I do not like the direction they're going. You there, Cody? Uh-oh.
What's that?
Dodo bird. Oh, you there, Cody? You good? Oh, shit.
No, I don't like the direction they're going in either.
Oh, there we go. Cody's alive. Sorry, bro. Your camera just decided to shit the bed for about 30 seconds. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. All good, brother. All good. You're just delayed at the moment. That's all. Anyway, we'll move on from the Tigers. They are taking a massive gamble. There we go. I think you're good now. All right. Now, let's get into some news that I think. Oh shit. Oh no. No. This is not what I wanted. Not the dodo bird. Fuck. While we wait for Cody, dodo bird to hopefully improve, he's gone. All right, he'll be back. Oh, here we go.
Okay, there we go.
Cody, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, sorry, bro. I don't know what happened. Your connection decided to shit the bed.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
Anyway, Hopefully it improves. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic, mate. The big news out today that's been announced. We have got some international rugby league to look forward to at the end of the season. They are calling it the Rugby League Pacific Championships. And I think this is great for the game. So you've got Australia, New Zealand, Samoa. Who else is in it? Australia, New Zealand, Samoa, Papua New Guinea, Cook Islands, and Fiji. So we've got the 6 nations in it. I don't even know what the tournament's called. What are they calling it? The Pacific Championships.
Yeah.
Do you think it's
I
good?
think so.
Do you think it's good for the game that we've got some international footy returning?
Yeah, I think it's an excellent idea. I mean, after the completion of the NRL, there was going to be nothing for the next couple of months, but I think it's an excellent idea that we're getting some international footy after the completion of the NRL season.
Absolutely. I'm just having a look here. It's on the Australia Kangaroos, and it says introducing the 2023 Pacific Championship, October 14, so about 2 weeks after the grand final. The 6 men team, there's 6 men's teams and there's 7 women's teams will take part in a tournament across 2 pools with games played in Australia, New Zealand, and Papua New Guinea. And we've got some cracking games to look forward to. So obviously the first game will be Australia versus Samoa up in Townsville. We'll have Papua New Guinea versus Cook Islands in Port Moresby, along with Samoa and Fiji, I think in Port Moresby as well. And then week 2, we'll have New Zealand against Samoa at Eden Park in New Zealand. We'll have Fiji versus Cook Islands. And on to week 3, Australia versus New Zealand at Amy Park in Melbourne. Papua New Guinea versus Fiji at Port Moresby. And then obviously the final part of the tournament there at the first week of November. So we've got international rugby league to look forward to, Cody. This is great for the game. Obviously, England and Tonga are going to play a 3-match series over in the UK, so that's why Tonga and England are not involved. But we're going to have 6 nations involved here, man. We got Australia, New Zealand, Samoa, Fiji, Papua New Guinea, and Cook Islands involved as well. Mate, I think this is phenomenal for the game.
Yeah, 100% agree. This is definitely what we need to have at least every year. We haven't had like a 6 nations or something like that for quite a number of years, have we?
It's been a while. Bro. We haven't had any footy like this for quite some time now, and I'm just going to go to the England versus Tonga one. So we've got the first game, England versus Tonga, October 23 at 12:30 a.m. at the Totally Wicked Stadium in St Helens. And then game 2 will be Sunday, the 29th of October at the John Smith Stadium in Huddersfield, England versus Tonga, game 2. And then, I mean, if we can get a 1-1 series and we get a decider, then that'll be November 5th, Sunday morning, England versus Tonga at Leeds at Headingley. So, bro, lots to look forward to here. International rugby league. Do you think it'll be good? Like, I know we're all from Australia. We're all Aussies here, but I know it would probably look boring that if Australia win again, then blah blah blah. It's boring, whatever everyone always says. But do you think it'd be good if Australia didn't win? Like, do you think it'd be good for international footy if Samoa won, for example, or New Zealand if they won the tournament?
Yeah, I think under Australia, everyone has a great chance of winning it. I think if we just keep winning, it won't be as fun as it always is.
See, this is why a lot of people who live in Australia and are born in Australia, who have Tongan or Samoan background or Fijian background, they always jump on those sort of teams because they want them to win and they want a change, because it's great for Australia to win Rugby League World Cups and win tournaments and stuff, but when it comes to rugby league, because of how dominant Australia are, and because they're the juggernaut, they're the team to beat. I think it'd be outstanding if another nation won it for a change.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Be absolutely outstanding. But hey, you guys all know, everyone that watches the channel, you guys know how much I love international rugby league. I am a big fan of it. I am in love with international footy. Growing up as a kid watching rugby league, international footy was always the 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 pinnacle of rugby league. Now it's obviously state of origin, which I don't think should be the pinnacle of rugby league. I mean, Australia versus New Zealand was always huge for me, and England always thereabouts. So I think international footy finally getting a good platform. Obviously, we had the World Cup last year, but getting a bit of a platform like this, England up against Tonga, 3-match series, and then you got the other tournament that's going on. I'm looking forward to it, Cody. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking very forward to it as well.
And the time zone of the one in England isn't that bad. I mean, what, 12:30 in the morning from like Saturday night going into a Sunday morning, and then like what, 12:30, 1:30 in the morning. Not a bad time zone. Not bad at all.
Yep, not bad at all.
Now let's get on to some Bulldogs news. I think this shocked everyone. Tavita Pangai Jr. is going to retire from the NRL at season's end, and he's going to go to boxing on a full-time basis. This is absolutely shocking to me. I reckon there's more to it, because how does a guy like Tavita Pangai Jr. go from playing State of Origin at the start of the year? He's going to give up Origin opportunities. He's going to give up all this sort of stuff. All the money is on as well to go to boxing. It reminds me a bit like what Anthony Mundine did back in the early 2000s. But were you surprised by the news of Tavita Pangai Jr. to retire and go to boxing?
Yeah, I was so shocked about it. Oh, he's only 27, and he decides to retire and pursue a career in boxing. I mean, good on him to do other stuff, but to retire this early, I think that's just wrong.
I'm shocked by it. It's actually quite shocking. I don't even know where to begin with it, because you look at Tavita Pangai Jr. You look at the size of him, you look at the build of him, what he's able to do on the footy field is remarkable, and he can do some things that other players just cannot simply do. Now, Pangai, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm going to compare this to another NRL player that was around for a while but ended up retiring and getting on with it eventually. Tavita Pangai Jr.'s NRL career, for me, is extremely similar to former NRL forward Dave Taylor. Now, if you guys remember Dave Taylor, he was this big unit of a man. He had all the potential in the world. Dave Taylor played at a few NRL teams, played at Souths, Brisbane, Gold Coast. I know there's someone else I'm forgetting in there as well. Now, Dave Taylor, he had an offload. He had speed. He had ability. I think he played an Origin or two. Pangai Jr. is very similar. He's got an offload. He's got ability. He's not too bad. Like his speed isn't too bad for a big bloke. And Tavita Pangai Jr. for me is his career is very similar. Dave Taylor was underused properly. Dave Taylor wasn't utilized the correct way. Dave Taylor, in my opinion, his career was good, but it could have been so much better. But every coach he was at just didn't utilize him the right way. Now, Tavita is a similar situation. Some coaches like to use him in the back row. Some like to use him as a middle forward. Some like to use him as a forward that offloads the football. So I feel like they're very similar, as in terms of their potential was wasted because every coach they were used by just they did not live up to their potential. Now, Tavita had a good little stint at Penrith when he went down there. Well, at the end of 2021, I think it was. So I think Tavita can look back on his career and go, you know what? I had some good moments, but he definitely wasted his potential.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Do you think he'll ever come back to the NRL? Like, I know going to boxing, obviously, it's a completely different code. He could be successful. He could not be successful. Do you think we'll ever see Tavita Pangai Jr. come back to the NRL at some stage?
Well, it's too early to call it, but I think there's probably a chance he won't come back.
Okay. Because I'm just thinking now, because I think I could be wrong. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong about this. I'm pretty sure in boxing now, when you have a fight, if you end up getting knocked out, I don't think you're allowed to box for like 6 months. I could be wrong. I don't know if that's the rule. I don't know if that's legit, but I'm almost certain in boxing, if you get knocked out, you can't box for 6 months. So I don't know. I mean, Tavita's obviously dedicated to it. He's going to be committed. So, I mean, good luck to Tavita Pangai Jr. I mean, it's a massive, massive risk for him to leave rugby league, all this money, and go try out boxing. Good luck to him. I'm not going to hold a grudge against him for doing it. I mean, if that's what he wants to do with his life and he wants to change and do something different, I say go for it, right? What do you reckon?
Yeah, just go for it. All best wishes to him. I think the career he had, I think he's had a very decent career in the NRL.
Yeah. For me, it's wasted. For me, he's definitely wasted potential. I just feel like he could have been an incredible, consistent forward, but sometimes things just don't go your way. Anyway, we'll move on. Good luck to Tavita. I've actually met Tavita before. Very nice person. So all the best to Peter Pangai Jr. Now, let's move on to the stuff that I don't want to really get into because it's extremely, extremely big news. It was announced yesterday. Well, I think it'll be announced. Well, it's about to be announced. Payne Haas's huge contract. Cody, did the Broncos pay too much for Payne Haas?
Yes, definitely way overpaid him.
Yeah. Payne Haas. Now, good on Payne Haas. Obviously, if any NRL player was offered that kind of money, if it was me, I'd be taking the money. If it was you, you'd be taking the money. If that guy down the street named Bob was offered that, if that guy in the corner was named Chris, if that guy over there named, say Mark, if they were all offered that money, they would have taken it as well. So I don't blame Payne Haas for taking the deal. But the problem that I have, Cody, my problem with the Payne Haas contract is, in my genuine, honest opinion, I don't think any front rower is worth $1.2 million. I'm about to get into them dollars, but you might have a different opinion. Do you believe front rowers, do you think any of them are worth $1 million? Because for me, I don't think they are.
Honestly, no. I think they're probably just worth like up to 800, 900K per season, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. See, for example, right? You know, we're talking about big dollars here for Payne Haas. Jason Tamalolo, who plays for the Cowboys, he's on about $1 million a season. He's on huge money as well. Now, as a Cowboys fan, I don't think Tamalolo's worth $1 million at the moment. Tamalolo, for me, is probably worth 800,000. But when you sign the contract and you're getting them you're getting that kind of money, it's hard to say no. But if you don't deliver on that kind of money, then the criticism comes out. Oh, you overpaid, blah blah blah. The media come out. Now I'll get into the dollars here because I've got it up here on the Fox Sports website. News Court reporting that superstar prop Payne Haas has inked a 3-year extension worth $3.5 million, huge dollars, which will have Payne Haas on $1.2 million a year. Now, this has nothing to do with Payne Haas, but who in the right mind would pay $1.2 million for a front rower? I find that crazy. I get they had to, but
wait,
no way. This money's ridiculous. See, if you're looking for players that are worth $1.2 million, you're looking for players who are worth that kind of money, then you go look for a halfback. You go look for a fullback. You go look for a 5'8". You go look for someone that's going to win you the game in a clutch situation. Like, you mean to tell me when the Brisbane Broncos are involved in a major game, like a semi-final or an elimination final, or they're involved in a regular season top 4, top 8 clash, you're telling me with 3 minutes to go, Payne Haas is going to be the man that's going to want the ball and demand the ball to win the game? That ain't going to happen. Payne Haas's job is going to be to run the ball forward for the halfback or the fullback or the 5'8" to set up the match-winning play. Paying Payne Haas $1.2 million a season, you're basically telling Payne Haas, okay, if you're going to be on that kind of money, you're the one that's going to win us the game. That's not how it works. Front rowers work their ass off in the middle, and they do a great job. They get over upwards of 150 to 200 meters. They go berserk, some of these elite front rowers like Payne Haas, but you can't tell me that Payne Haas is worth this kind of money. It is insane. And I understand the salary cap is going up. I know some players are going to get more money than what they should, and we all understand that, but I don't think $1.2 million a season is the correct price tag. I reckon the absolute maximum that I would have gave Payne Haas is $900, maybe $950. I don't know, but I don't know if $1 million for a middle front rower is just the right price. What do you reckon, Cody? What's your opinion on it?
Yeah, I think it's the wrong call. Yeah, it definitely should be around $950. Honestly.
And look, I know people are gonna like. Will's just put out a really good point in the chat. Haas is not your regular prop. The dude does all the hard yards, and yeah, that's absolutely correct. You are correct. I don't disagree at all. But if there's 2 minutes to go and the Broncos have got no direction, say they're lost, they don't know what's doing, is Payne Haas the guy that's going to win the game? He's not. He's not going to win the game like that. In my opinion, and you guys might have a different view in the live chat, and Cody, you might have a different opinion on this as well. In my opinion, lock forwards, ball-playing lock forwards are worth more than a middle front rower. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely agree with it. Yeah, in a way.
I would probably pay more for Patrick Carrigan than I would Payne Haas. Now, that might be pushing boundaries to some people, but I would pay more money for Paddy Carrigan than I would Payne Haas.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that's the right call.
As a Cowboys supporter, I would pay more money for Ruben Cotter than I would Tamalolo at the moment. I would definitely. Ball playing locks, I think they're worth more than a middle front row. I know front rowers do all the hard work and they help the outside backs. Fours do all the hard work, but I think lock forwards are worth more. And Faraz just said in the chat, Carrigan's on $400K. Carrigan should be on 800 and 900,000 a season.
Yeah, he should be.
Fuck. Guys like Isaiah Yeo, Carrigan, Cotter, Radley, Cameron Murray, these sort of guys should be on big, big money. But they're obviously paid unders at the moment. But hey, if the Broncos win a comp and Payne Haas is the reason, then I'll shut my mouth and say I was wrong. But unbelievable. I think it's a huge gamble from the Broncos. Huge gamble.
Yeah,
Absolutely massive.
definitely is.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the Warriors. Now, the New Zealand Warriors, they are probably going to be hosting a final in New Zealand. There's talk that they'll be playing at Eden Park instead of Mount Smart Stadium. Now, Eden Park can fit up to 50,000. It's a great venue, and a lot of people want this to happen. But there's also a lot of people that want it to be at Mount Smart Stadium. Now, by the looks of things, the Warriors are going to end up in third or fourth on the ladder. I think they will end up third or fourth. And if they win week one, they'll obviously get a home prelim. If they lose week one, they'll get a home semi-final in New Zealand. Cody, should the Warriors be playing at their home, Mount Smart Stadium? I think they can fit up to like 30, 40,000 there. Or should they be playing at Eden Park? What's your take on it? A lot of people have been talking about this topic for the last week and a half now. What do you reckon, Mount Smart or Eden Park?
Honestly, I think it should stay at Mount Smart Stadium. Yeah, sure, Eden Park holds more, like 20 more thousand than Mount Smart does, but it's the Warriors' ground. They've been at that ground for majority of their career, and it just makes more sense. Yeah, sure, more crowd means more money, but it's just more of the faithful. Like, you should play at your home territory.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, so I'm just doing some research here. So Mount Smart Stadium actually holds a capacity of 25,000 people. Now, Queensland Country Bank Stadium holds 25,000. The Cowboys were allowed to host a prelim last year in Townsville. 25,000 was enough. Now, based off that logic, then they should be allowed to host at Mount Smart Stadium. Combank Stadium, another venue that's fairly new, they can fit up to 30,000. If the Eels had a home semi or prelim there, they would obviously play at Parramatta, not at a core. So, look, I get why they want to have it at Eden Park because they can fit an extra 25,000 fans, 50,000 people at Eden Park for a major semi-final would be enormous. But you got to think as well, the Warriors members, the people that go there every week, the ticket holders, maybe they should be playing at Mount Smart. Basically, just based off that, 25,000 is enough, I believe, for a semi-final, for a prelim final. But I can understand why they would want to move it to Eden Park. So you think it should stay at Mount Smart?
Yeah.
I can understand. Okay, so I think like this is how I would do it, bro. If the Warriors play there in week 2, which is the semi-final, then I think they should definitely play at Mount Smart. But if the Warriors get a preliminary final at Eden Park, a grand final qualifier, maybe they should go to Eden Park. Like, can you imagine 50,000 Warriors versus say the Broncos or the Storm? Like, imagine that, 50,000.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair in a way. But like I just said, it should just stick to your home ground. Yeah, it should fit more crowd, more for crowd and more fans to come in, but it should just stay out Mount Smart altogether.
Yeah, no, that's
I
fair
mean,
enough.
look what the Warriors have done for the past couple of years. They have not been a good team. They sacrificed themselves for the preseason they were over here, and look what they're doing this year. They've been outstanding.
Yeah, you're right. No, they've been fantastic. Absolutely agree. All right. that's enough of the topics. Let's get into tonight's game show. Now, tonight's game show is going to be a little bit different. What we're going to do tonight, obviously, Cody is the only one here. We're going to do a game show where I will ask Cody 5 questions, and we'll see if he can get 5 out of 5. And if he gets one wrong, then I'll give him another chance. So we got 5 questions. We're going to ask Cody. Obviously, he's number 5 at the moment. We're about to get into it. If anyone in the live chat, and I'm serious because we've been over this so many times, if anyone in the live chat reveals the answers to my questions to Cody and they try to spoil it or try to be a cheeky smartass, then obviously you will be banned for 5 minutes. And if you just decide to do it again, you'll end up getting blocked. So no spoilers. Just sit back, enjoy the game show, and let's see if Cody can get 5 from 5. Cody, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready, Nick. Let's do it.
All right. Question number 1. Last season, in the Knights versus Rabbitohs game, the Rabbitohs did defeat the Newcastle Knights. The full-time score was Rabbitohs 40, Newcastle Knights what?
28, because I was at that game.
Oh, fucking hell, you've started well. Good start. Good start for Cody. Jesus Christ. I honestly didn't think you're going to get that.
No, I remember.
That was too easy.
I remember it was a high-scoring game.
1 for 1 from Cody. Good start. All right, let's go back to round 1 of this season. We're going to go to a tough question. In round 1 of this season, the Cowboys defeated the Raiders. In that match, who was the first try scorer? It was a Cowboys player too, by the way.
Oh, jeez. Was it Scotty Drinkwater?
Incorrect. We're going to give you one more chance. It was an outside back. Drinkwater is incorrect. I'm going to give you a bonus opportunity. Who was it?
All right. Was it Valentine Holmes?
Unlucky. It was Murray Taulagi. Close. Very close. All right, that's 1 for 2. 1 for 2. All right. Next question. Gee, I thought you were going to get that. Unlucky there, Cody. All right, next question. Let's go to a Magic Round question because we were at Magic Round.
Yes, we were indeed.
Magic Round. All right. At Magic Round, Saturday 3 o'clock game, it was the Warriors versus the Panthers. Who was the first try scorer in that game? It was a Warriors player. Who was the first try scorer?
It was the only try scorer for the Warriors. Was it Fanua Blake?
Well done. Well done.
Oh, I remember it was a prop. Wasn't sure who the other one could have been.
I was going to say it was a Ford, but I thought I'd give you a bit of a chance to see how you go on that. Well done. 2 out of 3. So you're doing all right here. You've only got one wrong so far, so you're doing a pretty good job. All right, let's go to round 15. Round 15 of this season. Let's go to this one. In round 15 of the NRL, the Broncos beat the Knights 24-20. In that game, who was the first try scorer? Hint, it was a Newcastle Knights player. Who was the first try scorer in that game?
Was a Newcastle player. Let's see. Was it Dom Young?
Oh, fucking well done.
Oh.
It was. Jesus Christ.
Try scoring machine he is. He's on 20 tries at the moment.
Hey, 3 out of 4. You're doing good. You're doing good. All right.
Wow.
I'm gonna try to give you a hard one here. All right. Last question. This is the last one too. I think.
Yeah, it
Last
is.
last one. All right. All right. This one here. Right. In round 6 of the NRL, it was the Cowboys versus Dolphins on Good Friday. The Dolphins won the game. The Dolphins also scored the first try. Who was the first try scorer in that game?
Was it the Hammer? Cabaret Fido?
No, it wasn't the Hammer. The Hammer did score 2 tries in that game, but it was not. It was a Dolphin. Who was it? This is your last chance.
Was it? What's he playing? Was it? Was it Tessie Newey?
Wrong winger. It was Jermaine Asako.
Oh, damn.
All right, you've done well. 3 out of 5.
Not
Bravo.
bad.
Congratulations. You did pretty good. You got them all right, except you got the first one wrong, you got the last one wrong.
Oh well. I know I'll do better next time.
You did well. You did very well. All right, let's get into the round of footy, round 25 preview. And we're going to begin with the tips for the weekend. So let's get into it. Thursday night, obviously tomorrow night, it is my team, the North Queensland Cowboys, up against the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks up in Townsville. Cody, how do you see this game going tomorrow night? Who do you like?
Well, it's a tough one for both teams, but mainly the Cowboys. Their season finals is on the line pretty much. But I'm going to go to Cowboys, 1-12. First try scorer, let's go Tom Dearden.
Yeah, I like it. I'm going to go the Cowboys as well. Obviously, in my tipping video on Monday night, I obviously tipped the Cowboys, and I always will. So I'll go the Cowboys 1-12 as well. Should be a really good game tomorrow night. Hopefully, we can get the job done. Let's go to Friday night footy, the 6 o'clock game from Mount Smart Stadium. Well, actually, no. It's called Daniel Anderson Stadium at the moment, obviously because of the situation with Daniel Anderson. Warriors and Manly. Obviously, our good friend ProEnzo Vidz will be there. Warriors and Manly. How do you see it?
I think it's going to be a close game than everyone expects. I'm going to go Warriors 1-12. First try scorer, let's go DWZ.
Yeah, I'm going to go the Warriors as well. I think it will be close. I'll go the Warriors 1-12. Should be a nail biter. Friday night, 8 o'clock, Combank Stadium. Eels versus Roosters. Winner stays alive for finals. Loser is officially finished. It's basically an elimination final in the regular season. Eels, Roosters. Who do you like, Cody?
Well, this one's really going to be tough to pick. And as much as I hate them, I've got to go Roosters, win 1-12.
I'm going to go Parramatta 1-12. I think Parramatta will be fine without Moses. I think they'll get it done. Eels to win 1-12. Super Saturday begins at 3 o'clock at Combank Stadium. West Tigers, Dolphins. Dolphins have a lot of players out injured. It's going to be interesting. Tigers, Dolphins, how do you see this?
Yeah, I didn't think about the amount of players the Dolphins would have out, but I'll still give them a chance. They haven't won in Sydney yet. I'll go Dolphins to win 1-12.
Yeah, the injuries were a bit of a surprise. It can happen at any time. I'll go Dolphins as well. Why the hell not? Dolphins to win 1-12, and the Dolphins are going to win their first game of the year in Sydney. So, fins up. Fins up. Saturday, 5:30 at Seabus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. Titans, Panthers. I think this one will be pretty short and sweet.
Yep, easy. Penrith 13 plus.
I'll go Penrith 69 plus. It'll be a flogging. Panthers by plenty. Saturday, 7:35 from Wollongong, the Wynn Stadium. Dragons and Storm. I think Storm win easy, 13 plus.
Yep, Storm 13 plus.
I know there's rumours of Munster being rested, but Melbourne will still be too good. Storm to win 13 plus. Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock from McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle. It's the Knights and the Rabbitohs. Blockbuster game here. 7 versus 8 on the ladder. Cody, you'll be there. Obviously, you'll be supporting Souths.
Yep, going to back the boys no matter what. Rabbits won the 12 all the way.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go Rabbitohs 13 plus. I think Souths are going to have a big win. I think this is a statement game. I think they'll get some of their front rowers back that are named in the reserves.
Yeah.
I think they'll come in and play. Souths 13 plus.
Oh, that's a surprise, but I like it.
I also don't think Hastings will play for Newcastle either.
I think he might be ruled out the last second.
Yeah, I don't think he'll play. And the final game, Sunday, 4 o'clock. We've got the Raiders and the Bulldogs from GIO Stadium in Canberra. How do you see this one?
This one's going to be a snooze fest. Just like the Dolphins-Tigers game. I'll go Raiders to win 1-12.
Yeah, Raiders 1-12. Kind of hope the Bulldogs win just to make a bit more drama for the whole top 8 battle. But yeah, Raiders 1-12. So yeah, the Raiders to get it done. Cody Games PlayStation, thank you very much for coming on the podcast tonight, filling in for ProEnzo. Thank you very much for being a guest, and I'll definitely get you back on the channel soon.
Yeah, no worries, Nick. Thanks for having me on once again. It was such a great honour to be on for Lorenzo tonight. All the best for him over in New Zealand.
Yes, and all the best to you on Sunday, mate, against the Knights. Good luck.
Yeah, and good luck to the Cowboys against the Sharks.
Well, thank you very much to everyone in the live chat that tuned in to the podcast tonight. If you guys are new, don't forget to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you check out Cody on YouTube as well. His YouTube channel is in the description box down below. But anyway, everyone, have a phenomenal Wednesday night. And we got about 15 minutes until Australia versus England in the soccer. Everyone in the country's got their face glued to the TV or they're live at the game. So it's going to be huge. But anyway, have a good night, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And episode 100 next week. Get ready. It's a big show. Anyway, until then, guys, have a good night.
Up the bunnies.